Excellency, the President of the Republic, Mr. Adama Barrow, Honorable Cabinet Minister present here today, Mr. Musa Dame, Minister of Lands and Religious Affairs, Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service, Chairman of the TRRC, the Deputy Chairperson of TRRC, Commissioners present here today, Solicitor General and Legal Secretary, Ministry of Justice, members of the press present here today, welcome to this very important presentation by the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission. We are gathered here today to receive the report from the TRRC after years of service that have been conducted. And then in this regard, we have a very short program. First, we'll invite the Minister of Justice to do the welcome remarks, followed by the presentation statement by the Chair of TRRC. Then we'll have the vote of thanks by the Deputy Chair of TRRC and the acceptance statement from His Excellency, the President of the Republic. Sir, with your permission, is the program guide.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, Cabinet Ministers here present, the Chairman and members of the Truth Reconciliation, the TRRC, the staff of the TRRC. I have seen the legal team and an interpreter in the room. Of course, the Secretary General and the staff of the Office of the President, the press. My task is a very simple one, that is to welcome the TRRC to this very historic event. Excellency, we will all remember after the passing of the TRRC Act, you launched the TRRC in October 2018, and they commenced their public hearings in January 2019. They were able to hear and interact with over 390 witnesses, and they spent about 871 days of public hearings. I think it was a huge task carried out by these honorable members of the Commission under the stewardship of the Chairman, Dr. Sise. Every journey comes to an end one day. They have accomplished the assignment that has been assigned to them, and they are here today to submit a report of the work that they've been doing for nearly the past 3 years. Chairman and commissioners and staff, on behalf of the government of the Gambia, I welcome you to this meeting with His Excellency the President. It was him who assigned you with this responsibility. It is only in place that you've completed the job, you come and report to him for the job that you have done. Excellency, I can assure you, we have the opportunity of meeting with the Commission over the report. It is completed and it is ready for submission. On that note, I wish that we have a fruitful deliberation of this ceremony. Thank you very much.
Mr. Adama Barrow, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Your Excellency, Madam Vice President, Honorable Ministers of the Cabinet, on behalf of the TRRC Commissioners, I want to thank Your Excellency for receiving us this morning to submit to you our report. Your Excellency would recall that on the 15th of October 2018, you swore us in as commissioners of the TRRC. We answered your call to serve our country, the Gambia, on an important assignment regarding a dark and a difficult period in the recent history of our motherland. Your Excellency gave us each a copy of the TRRC Act 2017, pursuant to which the TRRC was established with a well-defined mandate to, inter alia, A, create an impartial record of violations and abuses of human rights from July 1994 to January 2017, in order to, 1, promote healing and reconciliation, 2, respond to the needs of the victims, 3, address impunity, and 4, to prevent a repeat of the violations and abuses suffered by making recommendations for the establishment of appropriate preventive mechanisms, including institutional and legal reforms. B, to establish and make known the fate or whereabouts of disappeared victims. C, to provide victims an opportunity to relate their own accounts of the violations and abuses suffered. And D, to grant reparations to victims in appropriate cases. Your Excellency, the Commission worked intensively for nearly 3 years to fulfill its mandate through public hearings of the Commission and the Secretariat of the TRRC conducting outreach activities throughout the country to familiarize some of the Gambian population on the work of the TRRC. 393 witnesses testified before the Commission, the majority of which were victims. The witnesses also included self-confessed perpetrators. The violations and abuses of human rights narrated by the witnesses include, inter alia, the following: 1, arbitrary arrests; 2, unlawful detention; 3, unlawful killings, including extrajudicial executions; 4, torture; 5, enforced disappearances; 6, sexual and gender-based violence, including rape and castration; 7, inhuman and degrading treatment; 8, witch hunting; 9, fake HIV/AIDS treatment; and 10, general and widespread abuse of public office. Your Excellency, on 15 October 2018, when launching the TRRC and having sworn in the 11 commissioners, you stated the following, I quote, "Gambians had for far too long suffered under a repressive regime, a regime that failed its social contract with the citizens, and in doing so oppressed the very people it swore to serve and protect. As a consequence, the TRRC was born out of the aspirations of a people who decided that they want a society where truth and justice prevail. This commission is the outcome of the dreams of a people united in their wish for a better future free of oppression, persecution, and tyranny." End quote. Excellency, pursuant to Section 29 of the TRRC Act 2017, the Commission is required to, quote, submit a report of its work to the President at the end of its operations. The report shall state the findings of the Commission and shall make recommendations concerning the reforms and other measures needed to achieve the object of the Commission, end quote. The Act provides further that, quote, the report shall include A, measures aimed at reconciliation and peace building; B, individual and collective reparation of victims; And the C, recommendations that include initiatives on human rights and peace building studies for children. The report the Commission submits to you today, sir, is contained in 17 volumes of mathematic reports. In the name of my fellow commissioners, we have the honor to submit to Your Excellency the report of the TRRC pursuant to Section 29 of the TRRC Act 2017. We thank you for your presence, Excellency, and we submit the report to you. Now, the report is contained in a box that is very heavy. There are 17 volumes that are there. And I always remind people that the way the South African did theirs, Bishop Desmond Tutu lifting a very heavy box containing the South African report to President Mandela. Two old men were struggling with the box out there. And I already warned the AG that we are going to spare you that agony. So the AG has the 17 volumes now. Thank you, sir.
Chairman. I now have the honor to invite you, Mr. Chairman, to do the presentation to His Excellency.
You just give him the letter, okay, this copy and this copy.
Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, permit me to stand on the protocols that have already been presented to you. The Honorable Minister has already said that every journey has an end. And today we are witnessing the end of an epic voyage, as he rightly said and stated, on the 15th of October 2018 at the Dunes Hotel, when the Honorable, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, launched the TRRC. And we all got sworn in to do our task that the Gambia needed. It was a very difficult task. It was by no means easy. The public hearings took a toll on not only the commissioners, but the country as a whole, because they were emotionally difficult to listen to, some of them. Very, very difficult. They were traumatic, but we were able to use our emotional intelligence to overcome all those hurdles, because it was a task that needed to be done. And on behalf of the Commission, when I say the Commission, I mean the commissioners and the staff, we would like to present our profound task to you, Your Excellency, and the Ministry of Justice, the past minister and the present Solicitor General, who was then the advisor, for giving us all the support that we needed in a very professional manner. Because the support was there, but there was no interference in the work that we did. We got the financial, the moral, and the physical support that we needed. And when others were critical of us and throwing stones, we always got the assurance, leave them to do their work. And that was very encouraging, because when our spirits were down, it was always leave them to do their work, and we will provide the necessary resources and the space for them to do it. So when we came to the time of presenting the report and we were not able to meet the forced deadlines, we always got a positive response. Do it because we want a quality report. So for that, we are eternally grateful to Your Excellency, to the Minister, and to his staff. But also we were very mindful of the fact that we have this wall of saying, Kobot Buki Hach Bowla. So we were carrying this albatross on our back. So we were able to override all those criticisms, but always knowing that the leadership was also watching our back. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Minister. Now, for the commissioners and the staff of the Secretariat, Thank you for maintaining the integrity of the organization. I think all of us made sure that in terms of behavior, in terms of communication, we maintained the integrity of the institution, and for that I'm grateful. To our constituencies, I will not name them all, who nominated us to work for them on the TRRC, we say thank you. And I know that they appreciate what we have done, because we get feedback also from the victims, especially those victims who had the courage to appear before the public hearings, because it was not easy. Some of them were threatened. Some of them, when they went back to their communities, we had to give them safe housing, because their communities were not happy that they testified at the TRRC. We say a big thank you. We are grateful that they had the courage, otherwise the truth would not have been told. Without truth, there will not be reconciliation. So we are grateful to those victims. We are grateful to the witnesses, both expert and non-expert, who came and told us the truth of what happened in the country during those 22 years and the repercussions of those actions. For example, the chairman talked about the PATP and the witch hunts. People would never know about the implications that it had on those victims, because those people are still suffering physically, mentally, and they are suffering, and they need a lot of help. So that is where we are once again appealing. You have done a lot for reparations, and I know that you are going to set up an institution to continue the reparations. That is essential for this country, because there are people who are really suffering. You see them on the streets, you do not know that they are victims of past violations. So for that, we are also very grateful. To our partners and our friends, we had a lot of partners, we had a lot of support from institutions, from bilateral institutions, from the UNDP and all the other institutions who supported us. We say thank you. To our friends, we say thank you. To our audiences who were watching us, because thanks first of all to the media who made it possible. Without you, the world would not have known. And the TRRC became a household name, not only in the Gambia, but worldwide. People were watching. Thank you for the good job that you did. Thank you for the people who were watching. And I hope I have not left anybody out. If I have, I apologize. But I am eternally grateful that I was given this task. And I thank my chair. He made my life difficult sometimes. But I thank him very much for making us walk the talk, for making us deliver. And we did deliver. You've seen the report. It is not a one document. It is 17 volumes of hard work. The compendium covers everything, but the other 17 volumes took a lot of work, a lot of sleepless nights, but I thank all those people who contributed to it. Thank you very much, sir.
Before I start my speech, I want to make this very clear to the Gambian people and the entire world that I am the architect of the TRRC. I don't think anybody would have been interested in the TRRC more than myself as the architect, and knowing very well that the TRRC will be part of my legacy in the future. Your Excellency, the Vice President, Honorable Cabinet Ministers, TRRC Chairman, Commissioners, Legal Counsel team and staff of the Secretariat, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as the previous speakers have explained, we are here today to receive the report of the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission, TRRC. This event highlights another milestone in the implementation process of our transition program, and it marks a great achievement for the Gambian nation. On reflection, it is a source of pride that in 2017, my government took the wise decision to establish the TRRC through an act of the National Assembly. As contained in its mandate, the Commission was to investigate human rights and other abuses committed from 1994 to 2016 in order to bring about justice and accountability, healing and reconciliation among Gambians, and to effect reparations for deserving victims. Like the National Human Rights Commission, the Constitutional Review Commission, the security sector reform, and civil service reform. The setting up of these commissions is an essential but unique aspect of the Gambia's transitional justice program, hence the importance of its work. Many African countries have established truth commissions in one form or another to provide a platform for victims of human rights abuses to relay their stories, hold perpetrators accountable, and determine reparation packages where necessary. The Kagaga courts of Rwanda is an example. Despite the genocide, the people have reconciled their differences and are now working together to develop their country. Realizing that they could not undo the past, the Rwandese factions that kill and maim one another's families knew that the right thing to do was to bury the hatchet and work together to build a future as one people. We have a lot to learn from that experience. Here in the Gambia, the Commission was mandated to get to the bottom of human rights abuses, uncover the truth to guarantee a clear historical record of what transpired in a beloved country, and submit recommendations on reparations for deserving victims. Through the TRRC, Gambians now know what happened on Gambian soil in the past. Although we have decided as a country to unearth the truth, our desire is to create a path for healing and reconciliation with the goal of coexisting peacefully as Gambians. I am certain that if we choose to do so, we can live together in peace and harmony without any form of injustice, and nurture our young democracy in a stable nation where the rule of law prevails in the best interest of all. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of the chairman, Dr. Lamin Sise, I commend all the commissioners, the legal team, the secretariat, and the whole TRRC team for running the Commission's affairs during its months of work. I thank you all for carrying out this national task successfully. I must seize this opportunity to express profound thanks and gratitude to the United Nations, the Peace Building Support Office in New York, the UNDP, and the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights for providing the initial grant to sustain the Commission. Their support made it possible to establish a credible transitional justice process and devise sustainable mechanism that would promote reconciliation and sustainable peace in the Gambia. Building the capacity of the government and national stakeholders through the Peace Building Fund has contributed to the successes realized in pursuit of our reform agenda. Other partners, such as the International IDEA, the International Center for Transitional Justice, the Center for the Study of Violence and Reconciliation and Justice Rapid Response, as well as hosts of other local civil society organizations, such as FLAG, Tango, and the Bar Association, also deserve commendation. We are thankful to all of them. In a special way, I thank the witnesses and their families for their fortitude and courageous testimonies. I assure them that my government will ensure that justice is done. But I urge them to be patient and allow the legal process to take its course. That way, justice will prevail and we will be able to heal as a country and move forward united and stronger with greater determination. Ladies and gentlemen, I reassure you all that my government will study the report carefully for appropriate action. Thereafter, government will inform the general public of its position in a white paper that will be published within 6 months from today. In the interim, I advise all Gambians to exercise restraint. Finally, Mr. Chairman, distinguished commissioners, the legal team and the staff of the Secretariat and other units of the TRRC, we acknowledge our obligation to you for accepting to undertake this important national assignment and carry it out diligently and successfully. I thank you all for your kind attention. And finally, the TRRC very famous report is finally out. So we thank everybody for the support and the patience and the tolerance. That's what we fought for. We wanted democracy. Democracy is not easy. It's not easy to manage democracy. That's why there is a lot of noise when you talk about democracy. I think it's easy with dictatorship. You sit in Statehouse, you control everything, you regulate everybody, you direct everybody from Statehouse. Thank you.
وتستفتهم فقد جاءكم الفتح نصر من الله وفضل قريب وبشر المؤمنين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله احد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا احد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل اعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق اذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد اذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل اعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس اله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.
King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. You who create all humankind in your image and in your likeness, and you have placed each and every human being in a nation, and planted each and every human being within a family structure. We thank you for this nation, the Republic of the Gambia. And we thank you for your servant, His Excellency Adama Barrow, whom you have chose to be the president of this nation, the Gambia.
Agada.
Mbijan raganyadi.
Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la sto.
Ya transfer la sto.
Ha, code nyinji.
Okay. Nsila ID soto.
Sa soto. Sorry. Agada.
Mbijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara alla service o tariaka.
Mbale.
Mo ki janna nun kunu bara tariaka.
Jannom yona forest de bureau. Gambia tonkon na no mbali ya bere. Birim koyna fo katon.
Bari si kodo kino katon nim fo bolong blabe to.
56 branches mola soto Gambia jang.
Ha?
Gambia kono anin Gambia e bantala bankol. Nka kodo kiya bere to. Kodo sifa fo falindiro fo nyaadi lafta memmen na kodi to poto nin kodi maraw. Jannam number 1 di nyonta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale. Wolam nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale le dadi man domorol di fana beteat. Gambia dawda yalo ngam fa kendol sotale di.
Wo moyo diat.
Apelenta
ni wo ka ni na lafta nyelen kendol e binaji.
Yalo bu kanyi la ko la baraka ba.
Yalo ndel chosano lo.
Abaraka.
We live in a day and age where technology is creating a world without borders, filled with unlimited potential to improve the lives of the people around us. Innovarex Global Health ushers in a new way of leveling the playing field with increased access to quality healthcare services delivered at your doorstep. Our qualified professionals are equipped with state-of-the-art point-of-care testing technology to conduct tests such as kidney function, liver function, electrolyte tests, body composition, hemoglobin, A1C, and many more services with the highest efficiency in delivering results. The addition to our flagship Wellness on Wheels, more fondly known as WOW Delivery Service, brings the entire clinical experience full circle. IGH has remained committed to creating the future of healthcare delivery. Gone are the days of sending loved ones outside the country for basic medical services. Innovarex Global Health offers a new peace of mind and takes pride in delivering the quality of care we all deserve.